Greetings, my fellow freedom sovereign thinkers. Thank you for tuning to LL3 Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the beautiful realms of planet Earth. Today's date is Sunday, August 2nd, 2026. Is episode 1977. Freedom Expression Foundation is representing Austin Franco. Before I proceed, you can find me on multiple social media sites and podcast channels. Just type in Looky Luck number 3, Looky Luck Roman number 3 eyes, or the Looky Luck Roman number 3 podcast. Furthermore, if you have any questions, comments, recommendations, all that good stuff, whatever you do, please use decorum. Hit me via email to ll3.podcast@proton.me. If you want to donate, go to PayPal.me or Cash.app/Looky Luck number 3. Oh man, this looks like another ordeal on free speech, Bill of Rights culture, etc., foreign powers and influences, which John Jay warned us about in Federalist Papers 2 through 5, including Washington's Federal Address of 1796. And when you criticize a government or an institution, and what's going on in Gaza, for an example, and they will call you anti-Semitic, the question I always have for these folks here: when did John's become Semites, right? So if you kill Semites that were Arab, is that okay? That's not anti-Semitism? That's the question I have to let people think about. A person like myself always been consistent in these matters. Doesn't matter what side of the coin you're on. And we need to start really looking at ourselves before pointing the finger and have everyone else tell us how to live, think, and wipe our own rear ends. The thought police mindset is dangerous under the name of war and terror, which it has been against its people for a very long time, especially when they announced it on the week after September 11th during George W. Bush's farewell address. The truth of the matter is, folks, we got to use our Bill of Rights culture to defend or counter terrorism, tyranny, authoritarianism, totalitarianism, etc. It doesn't matter who's in there, because I criticize the other past administration as well on this matter. I'm not afraid to say it. Whether it's red or blue, expect to get screwed. But what you have in common, they're both left-wingers. If you're offended by that, good. I've done my job. Well, I got this one here from the American Free Press, and I know it's for subscribers only. However, I do add the Freedom Expression Foundation's own website, and you could, with some of the basic rundown on this article, which has the link for his civil rights case. So let's just read it here. It says here, FEF, which is the Freedom Expression Foundation complaint against DOJ. Chair of the task force to combat anti-Semitism wants American citizens' life destroyed for exercise constitutional right to associate and or disassociate. Free Expression Foundation has filed a civil rights administrative complaint against the Department of Justice official Leo Terrell on behalf of Austin Franco. AFP, which is American Free Press, publishes news on the efforts of FEF because we think they are doing good work and that the Franco case is an important one. First, we have the right to associate with whoever we please. Second, lengths to which this administration is going to persecute those with different opinions is appalling and hypocritical considering the left-wing war on Trump and conservatives waged by the Biden administration. So remember, two wrongs don't make a right. We got to renounce it all. If you violate one person's rights, yours can be next. Thomas Paine warns about that as well. As it reads here, as explained in the text of the complaint that follows this introduction, senior counsel to the Assistant Attorney General Leo Terrell sought to blacklist college student Austin Franco from all future employment. The reason? Young college student exercised his constitutional freedom not to associate. Franco had said at one time that he preferred not to work for a Jewish employer. Though some may find Franco's attitude a bit harsh, it is your right as an American to decide with whom you want to associate. This right has been egregiously violated in Franco's case, but it gets even worse. Note that one of this current government's special ironies has been that the repeated violations of civil rights by the Department of Justice's Civil Rights Division. According to FEF, Terrell used his personal government X account to harass Franco and call on the public to make him permanently unemployable. How astute of him, right? The Supreme Court has condemned this access source of government blacklisting in Batten Books versus Sullivan and NRA of America, National Rifle Association, versus Vulo. One of the key difficulties in attaining redress against federal officials for violations of constitutional rights is, however, the statutory framework. Providing an avenue to sue state officials for constitutional harm is 42 U.S. Code Section 1983, but no parallel route exists against federal officials like Terrell. While a plaintiff may bring a complaint in what is known as Bivens action, the Supreme Court hollowed out the First Amendment aspect of this method in their 2022 Egbert versus Bull decision. The best form, accordingly, to seek redress for Franco is a civil rights administrative complaint with the Office of Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. Here is where citizen support can help. Share the FEF complaint on social media. Contact your congressional representatives and ask them to put pressure on the Department of Justice to investigate the FEF complaint. Be professional in communications, but communicate. It is our right. Some would say obligation to petition the government, which is redress the grievances under the First Amendment, of course. FreeExpressionFoundation.org has all the materials you need, which I will put that link on this episode, okay? What follows is actual verbiage of the petition filed by FEF. I, General Allen Esquire, and am an attorney and the president of the chief legal officer for Free Expression Foundation, Inc. I submit this complaint on behalf of Mr. Austin Franco. Senior counsel to the Assistant Attorney General Leo Terrell abused his position of authority as a Department of Justice official to blacklist Mr. Franco, a college student, by pressuring employers to refrain from hiring him. Mr. Terrell acted with a retaliatory motive against Franco in violation of the First Amendment. The Supreme Court has repeatedly affirmed that freedom of association plainly presupposes a freedom not to associate. Warbers versus the United States JCs. 468 U.S. 609 623 1984. When Mr. Franco declined repeated interview requests by a tech startup called Verify ID on the basis of his personal, political, and religious beliefs, he exercised this right. After 3 separate solicitations by the leadership of that company on May 29th, June 5th, and June 7th, he declined their offer in accordance with the First Amendment protected personal beliefs and freedom of association. Mr. Franco's decision soon became the subject of a social media firestorm. In response, Mr. Terrell used both his personal and government X account to insist Mr. Franco should be unable to find gainful employment. He entreated hiring managers to make Mr. Franco permanently unemployable. So he's the daddy. According to this, he's like the nanny, right? On June 13th, and there's an Exhibit A on that matter, and I'll put the other link has that as well. So, on his official Department of Justice Twitter account, Mr. Terrell announced nobody should be interested in working with you, Austin, and tagged Mr. Franco's university, the President of the United States, Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche, and Associate Attorney General Stanley Woodward Jr. on June 10th. That's Exhibit B. In both the use of his government X account and tagging important officials, Mr. Terrell has used state pressure to harm Mr. Franco and steered the hiring decisions of private employers. Disturbingly, Mr. Terrell promises to offend again, not content with using his office to participate in the doxing and harassment of a young man for his protected First Amendment rights, Mr. Terrell pledged on his personal X account that he would post identifying information of both Mr. Franco and his new employer if he were ever hired again. That's Exhibit C on his X account. There is a little to assure the public that Mr. Terrell will not use his official X account, government X account, or other means of state action to bring this about. Mr. Terrell treat his personal and official accounts as interchangeable pulpits. Consequently, his conduct blurs the lines between official government positions and his own vendettas. See Linke versus Freed. An official cannot insinuate government business from scrutiny by conducting it on a personal page. Mr. Terrell has no qualms about directing individuals to his personal X account from his government X account. From August 2025 to March 2026 alone, he tagged his personal username in posts by his DOJ account no fewer than 50 times. As shown by his latest episode, Mr. Terrell operates his personal and government social media presence in lockstep to harass American citizens in violation of their civil rights. I like to say natural rights respectfully. Since 2023, he has called for individuals to be made unemployable for their political beliefs 17 times, with the latest example of occurring on June 28th. Having been appointed to the Department of Justice in January 2025, chair of the department's task force to combat anti-Semitism, editor Terrell shows no signs of slowing down his behavior in his new position. Abusing his position of power and obfuscating the divide between state and private action, Terrell has created an unregulated government-sanctioned do-not-hire list, of which Mr. Franco is an inaugural member. This is an exact sort of government censorship the Supreme Court condemned in Battenham Books versus Sullivan and NRA of America versus Vullo. The Inspector General must take action against Terrell to prevent further harm to American citizens and their freedoms. Respectfully submitted. Sorry about that. I think it's Gary K. Allen. Yep, Gary K. Allen, Esquire. It gives you a whole rundown and all that good stuff. So, his number and the address to that place. Basically, I can tell you this, my friends. It is very unacceptable. This is more like the Merrick Garland, something a communist can do. Jacobins, totalitarianism. And if Mr. Terrell's, you got proof that Mr. Terrell is involved in this, he needs to be charged for treason, as far as I'm concerned. The reason why I say treason, because he put an act of war on an American citizen. If you violate people's natural rights, you are a traitor to the United States of America and breached your oath of position, of office. That's right. Plenty of information on that. And as a registered voter, by the way. So, Mr. Leo Terrell, will you be planning to move to Cuba, Israel, North Korea, or the CCP of China? That's a question I have for you, sir. Are you and Derek, or the Merrick Garland, best buddies? You think and smell like tyrannical. I do applaud the Free Expression Foundation on running with this. And everyone needs to start supporting this organization, donate, get involved, because we all have obligations when it comes to your natural rights. Whoever suppress it, you don't support it, you create a precedent that you could be next on the list. Thomas Paine warned us on this matter. So what are you going to do, my fellow Americans, regardless of political views? Doesn't matter who's in there. Trump's predecessors did the same thing. Thou shalt say, friends don't let friends support the war on terror, because it is the war on its people. Prove me wrong if you dare. I would love to hear from you. Well, that will be it. I thank everyone for listening. Plus, feel free to download and share this throughout your social media networks. If you have any questions, comments, recommendations, etc. Whatever you do, please use the decorum. Hit me via email to ll3.podcast@proton.me. If you want to donate, go to PayPal.me or cash.app/look3. If you want to support the American Free Press or the Free Expression Foundation, please do so. Subscribe. You can tell them, look, you left the third sent you. Once again, thank you for your time. Plus, always remember that the demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading the love, and may your guardian spirits be with you.